Hey, I'm back, and this is my finished, completed 4-bit ALU that I've been working on the past week, and I wanted to show you guys, because the last one I had was buggy and didn't work very well. So I finished it, put a roof on top, and added the division. So, first, let's start out with, back a few videos ago, I said I'd make an apology video if I was wrong about the mods not working in 1.6.6, so I'm sorry, I was wrong. Yeah, okay. Finish with that part. Yes, okay. So, let's just get an overview of how this works. Alright, so, there are two inputs, and each input has 4-bit memory, which you access right here. And here's the output shown in white. Here are the calculations that my ALU can perform. So add, divide, and multiply. I haven't put subtraction in there because I'm not really all that sure about how to make a subtractor and how to get it to work correctly. I figured I've already worked enough on this ALU. And my next project is an actual computer that can run real programs. Thinking about making it about 64-bit computer. Okay, anyways, let's test this baby out. Alright, so it's in binary, so everyone who's watching this video should know what binary is. If you're watching this video and you don't know what binary is, then I would leave. Binary is pretty much everything that's involved. So let's do a 13 plus an 8. Well, so then you just write each of the inputs to memory so that you can store them. And after you've done that, pretty much you can do whatever you want with these buttons. You can flip them upside down, whatever. And yeah, output will still be 13 plus 8, or what they're adding together. So add, and 13 plus 8 equals 1 plus 4 plus 16, which is 21, which is also correct. Yes, okay, it works. Okay, so now that we've messed around a little bit, well actually, I need to show you how it multiplies and divides. Let me clear out all my memory. Probably need to get the clear button that clears everything all at once instead of doing all that. Why that one? Oh, I think the division sometimes keeps it on. There we go. Okay. Guess the division's a little messed up. But anyways, when you divide, you only use... Sorry, I'm lacking a ton right now. When you divide, you only use the orange. So what you do is, or multiply. What you want to do is, you only want to use the first 3. You don't want to use the 1. Because like, there's no way to divide 1 in binary, really. So I need like half a torch. So let's just do 2. Just gonna divide 2 by 2. So it should be 1. And this is really simple, guys. Pretty much all I did. Okay. You know what? Don't even pay attention to that. That's not right. Okay, why would it do that? It should not have done that. I'm telling you. Did I forget to carry, or like, change the ports? Let's see what 4 combines. Thought I changed the ports. Okay. Okay, I must have forgotten to change the ports for the division. But I know multiply works, so hang with me for a second. Okay. Okay, so I know... Okay. Now it's not working. Oh, I have to push divide. Now, let's multiply. We can do an 8 times 2. We're just gonna write an 8. And yeah, my division and multiply are a little buggy. I still see it comes out 16. But I still don't have a way to add together numbers to make a multiplier dividing. So yeah, that's pretty much the control room part. So now we're gonna explore the amazing wonder world of how this works. Okay. So you exit the control room. First off, you see all these pieces of redstone, and you see the little out or input ports. Then you see all this confusing mess. Well, actually, all this confusing mess is what keeps it in order and gives me somewhat organized way of storing memory. So each one of these 3x6 pretty much just objects you see is called a D flip-flop. It's a form of memory storage. Pretty much what that does is it allows me to save each of the inputs to memory so that once you save it, it does not matter what you do. If you accidentally click one after you saved it, it does not matter. Okay, so after it's stored in the memory, it goes on to these buses. Doesn't look like a bus, it's not yellow, but these are actually called buses because they carry the input signal to the adder section, to the multiply, and then to the divide. Yeah, so first let's start out with the adding, the most complicated process in my ALU. And how this works is there are 4 inputs which can add up to be something great. No, there's 8 inputs. 4. Well, never mind. Yeah, there's 8 inputs. And what happens is it turns those 8 into 5 outputs because it adds. It's called ripple carry. What it does is when it reads the 1. It reads the 1, yeah. And then, after it's finished reading the 1s and deciding whether or not to output a 1, output a 1 or output, wait a minute. Oh yeah, okay, here it is. Yeah, output a 1 or output a 2. And after it's decided, the 2, it doesn't go straight into the 2 section. Because what if the next number, what if the 2, there's another 2 in the 2 section? Like 2 inputs. So what I have here is, if there's only 1 2 here, it'll light up this, right now. It'll light up one of these, or like it'll light up this one, which makes it so that no output will be given to the 2s. Instead, one output will be given to 4. So that, yeah, so that it, so that it doesn't have, like, a mixture of different 2s, because it can't, in binary, you can't add 2 and 2 and 2, because there's only one space for each 2. And really, I don't know why it's called an adder, when really, all of this does is really, like, simplify it. No adding done, just simplifying whatever numbers you put in for it. But this is called ripple carry adding, and it's got a few bugs, not many, very, very rare occasion you find a bug. Usually on the higher numbers that I find bugs that I just can't figure out where to find in there. But yeah, it works pretty good. over here we have a little switch for the, well actually this was all pretty pointless. So I had to end up switching all of them back again at the output bus. This right now is the adding output bus, but it's not correctly, like, I still have to get the, saving bits up ahead of it to control whether or not adding is being done. So actually it wasn't finished right there, so I had to bring it on over here to some more memory. This looks familiar. These are just a bunch more. There's not a bunch. There's 5 more of those memory. And the reason I use memory to control the outputs is because memory, when you input memory, the save has to be turned off. And if the save is turned off, whatever input you put in there, it won't be given out. There will be no output. But so if I want to add a number, all I have to do is click the button in the control room, and it turns off this huge redstone bus and turns off this saver for just a split second, so that the input can be outputted before it resaves again. So it's almost like the input's trying to get in there, it's working as hard as it can to get in there, but it can't. There's a gate blocking it. So you release that gate for a second, it gets in, and then you close the gate back on it, so it's trapped and locked down. Okay, and right here is the division, which I messed up. I forgot to change the ports in which each of the numbers go to. I should have, this one should have been moved over to that one and on, instead of having them. Yeah, see, this one right here should have been on that one, not the first one. That's actually just copying back, so, I guess I won't be able to call this the final tutorial yet. I'll just call it final tutorial with bugs. And, that's pretty much my ALU. And here's the little, very small output bus that I have. Links all the output. Okay, so I think that's about it for this tutorial. And I will put a save file link in the description if anyone wants to download my bugged ALU. It works fine, but the division does not work, so when I put out the save file, I might just delete the button for saving, and then nobody will ever be able to access it again. Because on a flat world, as most of you can probably figure out, on a flat world you can't mine anything except for dirt. So obviously I had the too many items. Okay, and that's all the mods I used for this though. So that's pretty much it. And my texture pack, by the way, is Simple Craft. I think I said that in my first video ever, but whatever. So goodbye.